Welcome back to the channel Cricket Fans. If you thought you had seen it all in T20 cricket, the events of February 11, 2026 at the Narendra Modi Stadium in Ahmedabad have just rewritten the history books. We are not talking about a close game. We are talking about a match that refused to end, a contest that defied logic, and a drama that required not one but two super overs to separate South Africa and Afghanistan. This was match 13 of the ICC Men's T20 World Cup 2026, and it will go down as one of the greatest stalemates the sport has ever witnessed. The toss was won by Rashid Khan, and true to the modern T20 template, he chose to bowl first, trusting his spinners to strangle the Proteas on an Ahmedabad surface that looked promising for batting. The South African innings started with intent. Quinton de Kock and Rickelton walked out with a clear plan. Neutralize the Afghan spin threat by attacking the pacers early. The power play was a display of pure dominance. Fasalyak Farooqi, usually so reliable with the new ball, found his lines disrupted by de Kock's trademark pickup shots. Rickelton, proving why he's become a staple in this top order, matched him shot for shot. They didn't just survive the power play, they owned it. By the time Rashid Khan introduced spin, the platform was already massive. The partnership was aggressive, fluid, and dangerous. Both openers notched up half centuries, with de Kock scoring a fluid 59 and Rickelton smashing a brisk 61. At 124 for 1 in the 13th over, South Africa looked set for a total well in excess of 200. But this is where the Afghan resilience kicked in. You cannot keep Rashid Khan out of the game for long. The skipper brought himself back into the attack and delivered a double strike that completely shifted the momentum. He removed both set batters in quick succession, dragging Afghanistan back from the brink. Ahmedabad Omarzai was brought back and bowled a spell of high-quality reverse swinging Yorkers and cutters, picking up 3 wickets for 41 runs. Suddenly, the boundaries dried up. David Miller and Tristan Stubbs, two of the most destructive finishers in the game, were forced to rebuild rather than explode. It took a late, gritty cameo from Marco Jansen, 16 runs off just 7 balls, to drag the Proteas to a competitive 187 for 6. It was a good score, yes, but given the start they had, Afghanistan walked off the field feeling like they had won the first half of the battle. The chase began disastrously for Afghanistan. Lungi Ngidi, charging in with serious pace, ripped through the top order. He removed the openers cheaply, and when Ibrahim Zadran fell, Afghanistan was staring down the barrel at 3 wickets down inside the power play. The South African fielders were buzzing, the energy was high, and it felt like a regulation win was on the cards. But Rahmanullah Gurbaz had other ideas. Standing tall amidst the ruins, Gurbaz played an innings of a lifetime. He didn't just anchor, he counter-attacked. He treated the South African spinners, Keshaf Maharaj and Tabriz Shamsi, with disdain, sweeping and lofting them into the Ahmedabad stands. His 84 off just 42 balls was a masterclass in controlled aggression. While wickets kept falling at the other end, Mohammad Nabi and Ahmedullah Omarzai offered brief resistance. Gurbaz kept the required run rate within touching distance. But when Gurbaz finally fell, caught at short third man off Maharaj, the stadium fell silent. Afghanistan was 121 for 4, then quickly slipping further. The tail was exposed. The final over of the regulation match was absolute chaos. Afghanistan needed 11 runs to win. The ball was thrown to Kagiso Rabada, South Africa's premier fast bowler. What followed was a meltdown of epic proportions. Rabada, usually ice cool, overstepped not once but twice. The free hits allowed Afghanistan to scramble runs, and suddenly the equation was 2 runs needed off 3 balls. It looked like Afghanistan's game, but then panic set in. A run out at the non-striker's end, followed by a dot ball. On the final ball with the scores tied, Afghanistan's last batter was run out attempting a suicidal single. We were heading to a super over 1. Afghanistan batted first. Ahmedabad and Rahmanullah Gurbaz worked out. Lungi and Ngidi took the ball for South Africa. The tension was palpable. Afghanistan managed to squeeze out 17 runs thanks to some aggressive running and a boundary. It was a daunting target. 18 to win for South Africa. Fazal Haq Farooqi took the ball for Afghanistan. He started brilliantly, dismissing Dewald Brevis early. It came down to the last ball. South Africa needed a 6 to tie, 7 to win. Tristan Stubbs was on strike. Farooqi missed his length slightly and Stubbs launched it over the ropes for a massive 6, 17 runs. Tied again. The stadium was shaking. For the first time in T20 World Cup history, we were going to a second super over 2. The rules state that the previous bowler cannot bowl again, and the batting order must change. South Africa batted first this time. Tristan Stubbs and David Miller walked out. Afghanistan had to turn to Ahmedabad. This proved to be the decisive moment. Miller and Stubbs went berserk. They smashed boundaries at will. Capitalizing on slightly missed lengths, South Africa posted a massive 23 runs in their 6 balls. Afghanistan needed 24 to win. It seemed impossible. But Rahmanullah Gurbaz, exhausted but determined, walked out again. He was facing Keshav Maharaj. The first ball was a dot, the second a single, then madness. Gurbaz hit 3 consecutive sixes off Maharaj, huge hits into the night sky. The equation dropped. 4 runs needed off the last ball to force a third super over or a 6 to win. Maharaj, holding his nerve, fired in a wide Yorker. Gurbaz reached for it, sliced it, and the ball flew straight to David Miller at point. Caught. South Africa won by 4 runs in the second super over. The relief on the faces of the Proteas was evident as they embraced. Afghanistan, heartbroken, collapsed to the ground. They had played their hearts out, matching one of the tournament favourites blow for blow only to fall millimetres short. Lungi Ngidi was rightly named player of the match for his 3 for 26 in the main game and his crucial super over bowling. This wasn't just a cricket match, it was a test of character, a roller coaster of emotions, and a spectacle that will be talked about for decades. From the opening dominance of de Kock to the resilience of Gurbaz, the Rabada no balls, and the Stubbs 6, this match had everything. Ahmedabad witnessed history today, a reminder of why we love this beautiful game.